Hello, welcome back to Minecraft. I have exactly 0 plans this time around, but I guess I'll just figure it out as I go along. Iron is still smelting around here, still smelting, being all smelty. Got lots of iron here. We got tons of iron last time. And this time we can do tons of things. So I guess we're just waiting for crops to grow right now. But in the meantime, I can do things actively do things. Like mine out for andesite, mine out for the tough, get andesite, get all of that. And maybe start the other carrot farm in the village, the Resident Evil village. They named a game that. They named it that. That's what they called Resident Evil 8. They called it Resident Evil Village. For some reason, they're just not naming them the numbers anymore. Like 9 is called Requiem. It doesn't even have 9 in the title at all. You just have to assume that the Q is a 9 in the Requiem title. And I'm just like, man, you're this big, long, storied franchise, and yet you don't want to call yourself after your own franchise anymore. You don't want to give yourself the numbers that you've earned after years and years of game development. It just doesn't make any sense, man. Man, my main man. I don't know you, you don't know me. We don't know each other. Therefore, a main man cannot exist in this situation. For some reason, some of these crops are just not cropped. I have not cropped these crops. I guess that's all the crops that I did not crop before. Are you guys fed? Are you well fed? Well, you can be more weller fed. More weller fed. And then all their meat goes in here. Their meat that I need. I need the cow meat to grow my library. And then I guess I can get over here and do some trimming over here. But what I really want to do is get that carrot farm done. And then I can have infinite villagers. And with infinite villagers, we can do infinite things. But just like that one song says, you just have to wait. You can't hurry, love. No, you just have to wait. That's how the song goes. I guess what I should do is I should get more wheat, so then I can get the cows in order. And when the cows are in order, I can get more leather. And when I get more leather, I can make more books. And when I make more books, I can make more bookshelves. And when I make more bookshelves, I can get higher enchantments in my enchantment room. So I should clear out some space over there in my enchantment room. But first, mine up all these, because that's what it is, I'm mining. I'm not mining, I'm mining. That's what I'm doing. I'm mining crops. That's what farmers do all day, is they mine crops. And I guess tend to the farm animals. I wonder if they more tend to farm animals or more tend to crops. What do farmers tend to more? Crops, farm animals, the dichotomy of man. Don't listen to me. I'm a fool. Don't listen. I'm a rambling fool with rambling madman ideas that go nowhere. Ideas that go nowhere. The least interesting kind. That's some nice music. I think it's newer music. Whenever you hear an old Minecraft piece of music, you just know that it's one of the originals from how it sounds. I might have also memorized a couple of them at this point, at least a couple of their, like, whatever you call it. When the music goes. A couple of when the music goes. Okay. So I'm gonna make a little automatic thing. I'm gonna make an automaton, you could say, but it's not like it's not a mech that can move on its own. I'll just make the materials. Iron. I need to be iron. That can go there. And then stone. I'll just shove it in there. Shove my stone where I please. So now, we need 2 hoppers. And actually exactly, 4 chests. I find it weird how approximately does not mean exactly, you know? Like, though, just by the way the word is structured, I would think it means exactly, but it does not. And it's also like a big fancy word. So I would think the big fancy word would mean exactly, but it doesn't. It means that it's the opposite of exact. It's an approximation. I guess that's where the word comes from. I am making an approximation. So look at this machine. It's a machine, I tell you, a machine! You throw useless crops up here, and then they automatically get sent through here. And whenever that needs to be mined up, this automatically takes what's in there and puts it in there. So it's an automatic crops you don't need get rid of machine. It's an automatic composter. I guess you could say it that way too, but it's more lame. And this can go like next to it. So then it's all in one row of thingies. Is that long enough for the cows to need more stuff? More food? You like my food, cows? You better, you cows. You cow things. You big cow things. Who crush each other and give me what I need. Look at all that experience they've given me. They've given me just about 20 levels. You can start crushing now. Crush yourselves! Crush yourselves! Keep making babies. Keep crushing yourselves. Keep giving me more stuff. I guess I'll take what I have here and make my room thing more complete. 9, so I'll need 27 crops. I'll need 27 Laura crops. Would you look at that? 27 exactly. Exactly. Look Look at all that. Look at this stuff I'm making. I think I'll fill in some ground out there so that it looks nicer. What's with this torch placement? It should be even torch placement. Not odd, not oddly done. It should look nice, like it's a house for humans. This is a house for human people. Like me, I'm a human person. I could be in a house. I'm house trained. I'm trained for a house. Did I have other bookshelves anywhere else? I did not. I organized everything last episode. So look at all that. I only need 12 more bookshelves. But I have level 28 enchantments, so that's nice. I'm up to level 20 down there. I should make more room in here. So I'll make this ceiling first. Because this is the higher up ceiling. The ceiling for higher ups, like me, the CEO. This is my company. I am the CEO. And then the roof will go all the way up there. Get rid of the stone and then the dirt. Because dirt is easier. It may be dirtier, but it is easier also. There's no light over here. Why is there no light over here? Me? What have you done? Me? Get those lights at least. We don't want monsters spawning in. Need more torches. Always need more torches. They always run out of your inventory. They run out of it. With a sprint and a leap and a jump. So how do I go up on that roof? I could make a staircase. And then I'll make some glass for the roof. If I don't have any, that is. Because that roof has glass in it. We can make it look similarly good. So, So I think the roof will go out to there, to these blocks that I'm mining out now. We're doing house stuff. We're flipping the house. We're the house flipper now. I'm the house flipper. Flipping houses ever since there were houses to flip, like a burger. Like burgers, I flip houses. So now I need the stone, the regular stone, the regular normal stone, also known as deep slate, aka not regular or normal. Super deep stone. Then we make a roof out of the stone. Bring that all the way. No, not that one. Not that one. That one. Bring it all the way around. And then to that one too. Have to make it a whole circle. Just because I'm needy like that. See, it's circular. Circular! So in the middle should be glass, and then around the glass there should be other thingies. So what's over there? It's smooth stone. I recognize that texture from exactly that far away. So we'll make it consistently smooth across the board. Across the... Brain, think. You need to think on the spot, brain. You have to do it right now. You have to think, brain. What are you doing? You're failing. You're failing me, brain. You're dying. Oh no, the brain is dying. And that's how my brain died. At exactly this time today. What time is it? Who knows? I know what time it is in my realm, but what time is it in your realm? In your plane of existence? Because you're in the future compared to me. I'm stuck in the past, which is why I'm playing Minecraft. That's not why I'm playing. That's not the reason. That isn't the reason. I like Minecraft. That's why I play it. That's why I'm playing Minecraft. That's why. But also I found more things to do. It renewed my interest, kind of. Finding all that iron renewed my interest. So now I want to play more. Glass can go in there for now, because I'll need it in my inventory. It can go in my inventory. How many blocks out is that? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the wall. So is this... Yes, that's 1. So 1, 2, 3. I'm keeping count. 4, 5, 6. Wall. Yeah, that's right. That is right, correct, that's right. And starting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, aka wall. And then dig out everything in between. Then we can make our big, huge walls. Make everything big, huge. Right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that way, not this way. Gotta think with walls. Instead of thinking with portals, or portholes even, think with walls. Walls and things that can stop you. Because they are not the same thing. They could be entirely different things, in fact. I should probably make the ceiling now, because I'm up here. You know. You know it, you know. That's my Michael Jackson impression. From the Bad music video. Not as in its quality is bad, but that's the name of the song, is Bad. Because that's what he wanted to be perceived as, is the bad guy, or rather the cool guy. And as you know, bad means cool, not evil. Bad doesn't mean evil, it means cool. believe the corners were like this. And then the centers were all weird and different. Why do things need to be different? Why must we make things different when they can all be the same? That's a villain speech for you. Because villains want things to all be the same and for there to not be any nuance in the world. Because where there's nuance, there's people who can speak their minds. And villains don't like people who can speak their minds. So if you don't like people for speaking their minds, you might be the villain in the story. Wherever you go in real life, just think, am I the Disney villain? Am I a trademark Disney villain right now? And then you might go through life even better than before. So yes, that's where the wall goes. Checking, I'm double checking and triple checking and quadruple checking. Have to check everything 50 different times. Ah! What will I ever do? Whatever will I do, even? What even will I ever do? So in the corners of the map room, which is gonna start like right here, in this corner, I'm gonna put... In all these corners, I'm gonna put these map tables, whatever you call them, cartography tables. Yeah, that's what it's called. And then I put the torch on the cartography table, and then the map can still go in the middle. But just for now, it'll go right here. At least until I can mine this out, which is right now. It's almost instantly, but not instantly. Where are we? Where am I? Who am I? Where am I? There. It's right there. But anyway, back to mining it out. Let's mine it out. If you don't mine, without a D at the end, you know, mind. If you don't mind, that's the humor, that's the joke that I was making. So this floor goes to there. I paused because I was doing something in real life, in reality. And you'll never know what I was doing, will you? Unless if I tell you, which I have no interest in doing. Mwahahaha! Now I'm the Disney villain. I will need much more of these to lay across the land. So I will get 2 more of them. And I will get rid of all of these cobblestones. Some people make like huge cobblestone generators, and then I'm just like, well, why would you ever need that? I have all the cobblestone I would ever need. So why do you make a cobblestone generator? That's my logic to it. I have not mined out enough. Always mine out enough. And never mine out not enough. Now it's mined out enough. Those are some tall ceilings. My grandparents have tall ceilings. They're like 12 feet long, or rather tall. 12-foot tall ceilings. Imagine a 12-foot tall ceiling. And that's how tall my grandparents' ceilings are. Just imagine 12 feet first, and then imagine a ceiling is that high. Gotta make the same artwork on both walls to make it all like consistent and stuff, man. Because if it's not consistent, then it looks all stupid and ugly. Now there's that wall, that window wall, the two window walls, which are pretty much the same exact thing, and they go all the way, they don't go all the way down to the ground. Very important details. Do not miss the important details, for they are important, and if you miss them, then that will make people very sad. And cry. It will make them cry. And then the villain goes, good, they should cry. Because that's how villains are. That's what the villain thinks. I need glass panes, because it's a pain to put them down and pick them up again. When you place glass, make sure that you never ever have to pick it up again in a billion, trillion years. At least until you get a Silk Touch pickaxe, because that can pick up glass. But nothing else can. Not a thing in the world. Except for Silk Touch, because it's all silky. Silky smooth. That's almost enough. Every time I get glass, it's just like almost enough to fill in all these sections. Have you noticed that? Have you? I noticed it, I did. But now I'm telling you about it. Because I don't just notice something and then tell you about it. I notice it and then be quiet and then tell you about it. Because I'm weird like that. We must ponder things. We people. We the people. So that cannot be done again. That can be done again. And that can be done again. So I need stairs. I need smooth stairs, but I'm gonna make half of it smooth regular and half of it smooth stairular. Because the very middle of this room will be smooth regular. And then all around will be brick stairs. And then around the brick stairs there will be smoothular stairs. So then you have this nice little effect going all around the room. Nice little stairular effect. Maybe that's what the video will be called, the stairular effect. But see, look at that, see? What are you doing? Why are you not normal? What's wrong with you? There, now it's normal. But look at all that. It's all nice now. I can I can use this to finish up. Ta-da! That section of the hallway is completed. But now it's time to complete the rest of the hallway. That leads up to here, and these doors. Still gonna need some access to get up here, so I'll make a little bit of a staircase. I'm completely neglecting my cows right now. I need to not neglect my cows. I need to remember to not neglect my cows. So that's just to show me where the digging limit is. Where I need to dig to, which is right here. There's like a sharp corner of my desk. I think it's just almost not cutting into me. Just barely not cutting into me. Which is not good. You want it to just not cut into you at all. That would be ideal. For you to not take physical damage from desks. And then this whole ceiling will need a lot more deep slate. But a lot of it will just be the brick tiles. And then there will also be fences, some fences up there. Like, not brick tiles. There will be tile slabs on the ceiling, and then there will be smooth stone in these lines right here. Or rather, not those lines, that line and that line will be smooth stone, and then there will be brick fences, and at the bottom of each fence there will be a jack-o'-lantern. So that is now low enough for me to reach the jack-o'-lanterns. So I will mine up some more deep slate, because I keep needing deep slate. I keep needing thousands of pounds of deep slate. And then I keep not having it. So now's the time to mine. Now's the mine to time. And who knows, maybe the rest of this entire video will just be mining. You'll never know. You might click off and then you'll never know. Excuse me. See, if you clicked off, then you wouldn't have heard that burp. And sure, you might have preferred to not hear the burp, but hey. It was there. And now whoever stuck around knows that it was there. Come on, cows, breed. Breed! You can breed for me, cows. You can bring more cows into the world. I guess you can't breed anymore. So, 6. That is a fantastic amount, cows. Oh, wow. What? That has like a ton of resources. But it's not feeding it into anything. Uh-oh. So, I've got to figure this out now. We have an issue, and there are probably several solutions. But I need to make the solution on my own. So, oh. Well, that's just not running into anything. Why did I make it like that? I'm gonna grab some stuff. Some chests, so I can make more hoppers, so that I can feed stuff into that chest. Well, I was only getting half of my output from this machine. So this is the actual output that it was outputting. It was outputting so much more. You just couldn't see it, and I couldn't see it. And then fill in the rest of this. I say that, and then I do that, and then I'm like, well, wait a minute. Who am I telling to do that? I'm telling me to do that, but I don't need to tell me to do that. I already know to do that. I don't need to tell me to do that. So what am I doing? Why am I saying that? Is it just for your benefit? Perhaps for the you that is not listening right now? Oh, that's phantoms. That really breathy sound is a phantom. I really need to place these torches better. So, doot, doot, dot. Doot, doot, dot. This has become the placing torches video. It was the house decoration video, and it was the cow feeding video, but now it's the torch placing video. Oh, that actually scared me a little bit. Getting hit by a phantom is like getting hit by like a smooth breeze in the air. Like hurts you for almost 0 damage. And it's just like, oh man, that happened, ah. Oh, hey, you're getting stuck now. Take that, yeah. You look like just enough experience for me to level up. I'm making fun of things. Making fun of memes. Where'd the other phantoms go? I see it. I see it. I see it now. You know, like the Sonic song. That's how a Sonic song goes. So finish one side before I go over to that side and forget about this one. So go all the way over here. Dig up some dirt while I'm at it. Where are you? You're there. You're right there. The dirt does not need to go there. It needs to go on the opposite place. The opposite place. I already did what was over there. What I needed to over there. Thanks for hitting me, sir. So on which side am I doing the 2s? The terrible 2s. Seems to be on this side. So 2, 2, 2. Yep, I hear you. I hear you for sure. Mr. Man, Mr. Phantom Man, Mr. Phantom of the Opera. Someone should make a Phantom of the Opera house in Minecraft and then just have tons of phantoms in it. You know what? You know what? I had the idea. I can do it. Why not? I can do that at some point. Make a Phantom of the Opera house and fill it with phantoms. How hard could it be? I mean, by an endgame player, how hard could it be? A player at the end of the game. With endgame resources. It's important to make these torches, this torch placement look pretty and nice, and not just random. It's important because then it can look nice. And isn't Minecraft about making things look nice? Well, actually, it's not about making things look nice, it's about building whatever you want to, but you know what I mean. So that's all of that, I think, but it's not this side. You know, the side I started on? I got all of that done and neglected the side I started on. Never neglect, always love. Make more platitudes. Make more platitudes. You know, if you say it a second time and then add more emotion to it, then it's funnier. It's funnier that way. It makes it funnier. That thing can go over here a little bit until I figure out where to put that. Now that I have all this charcoal, I can place all these torches and not worry about how much I'm using, how many torches I'm using. It's kind of like how I can now use tons of iron and not worry about it. Except in the back of my mind, I'm worrying. One day you run out of iron, no matter how much you have. Even if you have an iron farm, then you run out of it. And then it's like, where'd all my iron go? And then you have to wait a year for more iron to get out of your iron farm. I'm not moving that tree. I'm not moving it. At least not right now. That tree is staying. That's an aesthetically pleasing tree right there. It's staying. For now it stays. But little does the Let's Player know in the back of his mind that it will be moved eventually. Ho 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 ho. I got an idea just now of how I'll move it later, that tree, and I'm not gonna share it with you. I won't share it with you until it comes to fruition, which it may never come to fruition, but it will one day if I keep playing. So you better hope I keep playing. For the tree idea to come to fruition, you want the tree idea. We want the tree idea. For we are the same person. But with trees, I have the trees. And you don't have the trees. Therefore, I'm the tree person. Maybe these should be 3 by 3. I'm going to make these 3 by 3 instead of how those are going. Just because this will be like bordering the entire area. These torches will be. Bordering all these street areas at least. That's what I mean, that's what I'm talking about. So I can't place a torch on there. That's a chest, you can't place a torch on it. But you can place torches all around it. Like a madman, like a fool, like a me. Like a what me do. Like what Mia do. Like what me will do. Very much focused on this torch placement. You can tell by how quiet I am. Sometimes I get very into a game and then I just go completely silent. Because of how into the game I am. Like my even my stare, the way I look at things. With my eyes, my eyeballs, my stare can go blank. Because I'm so into the game. I'm gonna leave these trees floating. I know that you hate that. But that's what I'm doing. Actually, that's not what I'm doing. I can't do that. I'm not leaving the trees floating. You one anarchist out there were like, aw man, if only you left them floating forever. But no, I'm not an anarchist like you are, one anarchist person. I cannot handle the trees floating. I am that type of person who cannot handle it floating. I cannot let the logs float. Yeah, say it that way. You cannot let the logs float. And that has no double meaning to it whatsoever. Zero double meaning. What do you mean there's a double meaning? There's not a double meaning. Totally not a double meaning. Just let the logs float. I cannot let the logs float. So many logs. And yet this is but a fraction of what we need later on. I hate that phrase, but a fraction of, because it's like, well, what kind of fraction are we talking about here? Are we talking about like a fifth of something? A 20th of something? If someone says, this is just a fraction of my power, that means that they didn't actually bother to do the calculations of how much of their power is actually being used. And the thing is, that's used in real games, and it annoys me when I see it. Like, it's used in Twilight Princess, and I hate it. That said, Twilight Princess is like my favorite Zelda game. It just did everything so right. And the atmosphere is really cool, and the graphics hold up today. Not like graphics matter in terms of gameplay, but they matter in terms of aesthetic. And that game has such a great aesthetic to it. And then they never went there again with Zelda. Instead, they went the safe route and made it all cartoony with Skyward Sword. And then they waited like 6 years to put out Breath of the Wild. And Breath of the Wild is just, it's a good game, but it's not a Zelda game. Sure, it has the title and all that, but it's not, it doesn't have the same gameplay mechanics as a regular Zelda game does. Therefore, it's not a regular Zelda game. It's a Zelda game, but not a regular Zelda game. And for it to be this main title in the Zelda franchise, it's like, man, that's not a Zelda game. Like, sure, it's a fun game, it's a cool game, but it's not a Zelda game. I want a Zelda game from my Zelda game. Know what I mean? I don't want a survival game anymore. I just want a Zelda game now. If you can even call it a survival game. Some of the mechanics are a little thin. Like, I was about to make a joke, but perhaps I should not. About skinny things and skinny people being thin. Anyway, what am I doing? What is it that I'm doing at this moment? Skyward Sword has way too many motion control things. They needed to just like dial back on the motion controls in that game. They had so many motion control related things that they literally made you buy a Motion Controller Plus in order to play the game. Motion Controller Plus as in it like uses the motion controls better than the regular controller. Isn't that nuts? Sorry, sir, you cannot play our game. You don't have the right controller. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense in one context, but as in, like, you don't have the right controller for the actual console, but this is not that context, it's a different context. Apparently you can get like 4 seeds from these beetroots. I just got 4 seeds, that's how I know that. Look at all those potatoes. Look at all those potatoes. That's my attempt at an Irish accent. I'm bad at accents. Okay, I get it. Why don't you get it? I don't know if poisonous potatoes can be composted. They're like potion materials, I think, so I'm not sure if they can be just thrown in the wood chipper like that. I will throw it in the wood chipper, but I must know if it can be wood chipped. There should be a statistic for every item that says wood chippable or not wood chippable. And then we'll know. We'll know before the game can tell us, because we'll tell ourselves. Look at all those carrots. It's looking better. It's looking better than it did before. It cannot be thrown in the wood chipper. So I guess you just keep the poisonous potato until a later date. Excuse me, I burped. I burped with my burpy mouth. I need 36 paper in order to make 12 books, but I need 12 bookshelves. So 12 times 3 is 36 leather. So, hold on. I am pulling out my cellular device, aka my cell phone, so that I can calculate this accurately. So 36 times 3 is 108. So 108. And then divided by 64. I can't do that on my calculator. I can't separate it into 2 stacks of 64 on my calculator. But hold on. What I can do is 108 minus 64 is 44. So the second stack should be 44 big ones. Big ones or big zeros? Big ones. Ta-da! I have the exact correct amount that I need, that I absolutely need. You know, like dough. Like dough, I need it. For those dough fans out there, thank you for getting that reference. Because all of the other people didn't. Look at them, they're fools. Haha. Oh, it's not perfectly aligned. It's not perfectly perfect. And we want it to be perfectly perfect. Or at least I do. You might not want it to be perfectly perfect, but I do. I want it to be perfect. Oh look, we have wheat. Or rather, sugar cane. We have sugar cane already. And also wheat. We have a ton of wheat. So I gotta put that in my inventory so I don't forget it with my brain. So that my brain doesn't forget it in my mind. Look at all that. It's all the books we need. It's all the books we could ever need in this instance. In this current instance, at least. And then that's just enough wood to smelt. Whoever smelt it, dealt it, and I dealt it. I smelted it. Ta-da! Book chamber room that is not complete at all. But hey, look at that. It's 30. It's level 30. Thank you very much. Now we actually need to get to level 30 in order to use it and get the thingies that we need out of it. The enchantments. And I suppose all this leather can go back here. Cow food? Cow eat food? Eat food cow. A conversation in dumbspeak. That's what that should be called. Someone should make a play called A Conversation in Dumbspeak and just have it be dumb words thrown at different actors and actresses. Yes, throw the words like they're projectiles that are projecting at me. Like a tile can project. Put away my axe for now. And also all of my food stuffs. My foods stuffs. Ta-da. Organization. And now we go back to the mines. For deep slate. We need to mine deep slate. Mine deep slate. Mine deep slate. I am hypnotizing you. It did not work. It was not very effective. It was not very effective. You could say that. I said that, but did you? Bring out the bucket, because we need the bucket. The bucket is needed. Border. We see the border. I'm not gonna... Well, maybe I am gonna. I'm gonna mine out all this obsidian. This annoying obsidian. This annoying, slow obsidian. And it'll all be on camera for your viewing pleasure. And later on, when we have way faster pickaxes that can mine obsidian in like 2 seconds instead of 8 seconds, then you'll be like, wow, that's fast. That's fast obsidian mining. But right now you're like, ugh, why? Why must I sit through this obsidian mining session? I mean, you don't have to. You literally do not have to sit through this. You can just skip. You can skip around. You can go wherever you want. You can go out of town. Skip around. The video will end shortly. It will detonate like an explosive device. But instead of like an explosive, it'll just end normally. You know, not killing people. Because killing people is bad. And so is people dying. Because that means that they can't live anymore. And living is good. Because it means that you can live and do things. And do good things while you live. There's your advice for today. Do good things while you live. It may not seem like good advice, but it might just be the advice that saves your life. And if it saves your life, then maybe you'll feel like saving someone else's one day. Even with all of those blocks, the water still leaks out. Water goes forever. It goes out forever in Minecraft. So you've got to keep your eye out for all that water. You thought I would go that way, didn't you? You thought wrong. Well, now I'm going that way, so double haha on you. I think I'll just make the rest of this video mining obsidian. Because we're already at an hour. So it's like, why not? I can end once the obsidian ends, which will be never. It'll never end. What I could also do is like start mining out a different section of wall. I think that's what I'll do instead, because right now, with my current equipment, the equipment I currently have, this will take forever. 5 ever even. Because that was just 14 obsidian. Look at how much is left. I'll just start on this wall instead, this chunk. This chunky. This chunky chunk. And then once I get one line filled in, or rather filled out, because I'm digging it out. Once I get one line filled out, I will end the video. I will end it forever. End this video forever. And then when we come back, I'll still be mining. But also, I will craft too. I may be mining, but I'll craft. And then it'll be worth it. It'll be worth the name of the game. Because the name of the game is Minecraft. You mine and then you craft. It's literally the name of the game. You mine and then you craft. You don't craft and then you mine and then you craft. That's how it works. That's how the whole game works that way. You mine and then you craft.